So this song is one of my favorite songs to play, but ironically, most people don't know that there was a original version. I know people know of the Michael W. Smith version, but there's an original version by Upper Room, which is this full version that we're gonna end up demoing or talking about. But it was a spontaneous worship thing that this came out of. And there's like a live stream video you can look at where they literally do the song, and you could tell that they've practiced it a couple times, but the only parts that were there was this is how I fight my battles, and it may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you. So that was inevitably the song, right? So the song was simply those two sections, the chorus and the bridge, essentially. Um, so that being said, then when you hear this full version with an intro and verses and pre-choruses, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, but you can tell that they did try to morph it and accommodate what they had already written spontaneously and add these other sections, which is great because you need both, right? So what's kind of cool is that you can still do the bridges and the choruses in a worship set, but you would maybe do this, maybe not the first song, but like the second song, like a mid-tempo to a breakdown of a more worship felt moment, and then maybe even go into a third song that's more, super slow and just hands up in the air, kind of worship. But all that to be said, the song is technically written in G flat. Now, I believe G flat has all flats except for, is it B flat? Shoot, I don't even know. Yeah, I think it's B. Oh no, it's C. It might be all flats. I don't even want to think about it because I never want to think about G flat as a key. So the reason why I have F sharp, which as you know is the same as G flat tonality wise. Here's G flat, here's F sharp. So it's the same note, audibly. So if you didn't know, we were changing the key technically. It wouldn't matter. But all that to be said is I like F sharp because, especially on piano, because it's all the black keys plus two white ones. Okay. So, as if you're playing piano, I would much rather play an F sharp than G flat because I would never think about all those flats. And with the guitar, we're just moving and bass, we're just moving our positioning. So, other than using a capo, we really don't have to think about it. So I apologize for all those other musicians out there who actually have to think about the key, which seems so terrible. But so that's why those two different keys there. But hey, you know what? Let's just look at the number chart or do it in C. No sharps, no flats. So another thing that's stood out at me when I was, just re-listening to it, because I've heard this song a lot of times and played it. One thing I do want to recommend is everyone listen to the original worship felt, spontaneous one. But also when they produced it, boom, boom, da, do, doom, doom, da, do. It's got this Mosaic music vibe to it. If you don't know Mosaic, they have the song. Now I'm gonna blank on it. I can hear it in my head. But anyways, you look them up. Mosaic MSC. Check out their stuff. I'll probably remember it as this video goes on, hopefully. But so I'm getting those Mosaic vibes. Simple verse. There's a table with me. So 4, 1, 5, 6 minor, 4. And then we've got the walk up 3, 4, F, G. 6 minor. 3, 4, 5 to the 1. Then we got this is how I fight my battles. 1, 1, 4, 5, 6 minor. Once again, a very repetitive thing, but it has a lot of weight to it, a lot of power, a lot of dynamics that you can do with it. We'll come back to other ways to play the chorus after we get through the bridges. But yeah, back to the verse, same chords, pre-chorus with the walk-up, chorus, and then we got the bridge. So we're technically using the same chords as the pre-chorus, essentially, but for whatever reason, because it's not building, because it's not just trying to transition sections from from the verse to the chorus, yeah, it just has so much weight to it. It may look like I'm surrounded, but I'm surrounded by you, which is such a great little phrase. So yeah, and let's see, love the hits. Okay, so they go through the whole song, and when they go back to the chorus on this moment, so the third chorus technically, they're doing just one, 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 one to a one sus. Let's see. If I'm doing it in this key of C. So add the sus. Sus 4. I'm doing little plucky things, but it just hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So powerful. This is how I fight my battles. This is how I fight my battles. Just so cool. So cool, cool, cool. And then the last thing I wanted to mention was at 6:30, 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and 9 minutes and like 10 to 9:30 as well. You can hear the writer, Alyssa Smith. She was either the main writer, or obviously she wrote it with this guy named Justin Williams. But you can tell the spirit in which that she writes. Like, she's just going and flowing. So at 6 minutes 30 and at 9, 10 to 30 and after, she's just singing and she's just writing in the moment, and things maybe she was journaling that day, or scriptures she was reading, or whatever it might be. But it's just you can really tell as a worship leader, but also as a writer of worship songs, how she processes it and how it just flows, and that's sometimes the best ways to do things. If they had not written a full version of this song, I don't think it would have hurt, the overall message that you use this song for. But for some worship experiences, some services, some churches, they need the full package, right? They need we start here, verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, out, They need that whole setup, versus other churches be like, no, we actually just, we start with the chorus, and then we go to the bridge, and we go back to the chorus, and then we ad-lib things, and we do whatever the Spirit leads us to do, and then we go, back to chorus, bridge, out, and we're done. So it's great that you can have those two versions, but it's just nice to know the history, right? And to know where it came from and who the writer is. And definitely check out the end if you didn't listen to it all the way through, because you can really tell the art of her writing in this full version. So enjoy.